I thought my wife Sarah was finally making an effort for us, for our marriage. After years of feeling like we were just roommates, suddenly she was different. She started working out, bought new clothes, even got a new hairstyle. She told me it was all for me, to reignite the spark we'd lost. I was ecstatic. I fell in love with her all over again, watching her transform. I bragged to my friends about how my wife was putting in the work, how we were turning a corner. Little did I know, I wasn't the man she was changing for. The whole thing was a lie, a cruel performance where I was the only one in the audience who didn't know the script. It all started about 6 months ago. Our 10th anniversary was coming up and I was planning a surprise trip to rekindle the romance. But Sarah seemed distant, always on her phone, a little smile playing on her lips that wasn't meant for me. When I'd ask what was so interesting, she'd just say, "Oh, just some work stuff, or chatting with my sister." I wanted to believe her. I really did, but a knot of dread was tightening in my stomach. The changes in her were so sudden, so dramatic. She started going to the gym every single morning, something she'd always sworn she hated. She swapped her usual comfy sweats for stylish dresses and started wearing perfume around the house, even when we weren't going anywhere. One evening, I complimented her. "You look amazing, honey. All this effort you're making, it really means a lot." She smiled, but her eyes didn't meet mine. "I'm doing it for us," she said. "I want to be the woman you deserve." Those words felt like a warm blanket at the time, but looking back, they were just another layer of deceit. I was so blinded by hope, so desperate for our marriage to work, that I ignored all the red flags waving right in my face. I even started going to the gym with her, trying to share in her new passion, but she always seemed annoyed, like I was intruding on her special time. She'd put in her headphones and tune me out completely. The first real crack in her story appeared on a Tuesday. She said she was having a girls' night out with her colleagues. I was fine with it. I wanted her to have fun. I was home watching a movie when my phone buzzed. It was a text from my buddy Mark. "Hey man, aren't you with Sarah at the Oak Bar?" I frowned. I texted back, "No, she's out with her work friends." "Why?" Mark replied with a photo. My heart stopped. It was a picture of Sarah, laughing, her head tilted towards a man I'd never seen before. His arm was casually draped over the back of her chair, his fingers just inches from her shoulder. They looked comfortable, intimate. They definitely weren't just colleagues. My hands were shaking. I called her immediately. No answer, straight to voicemail. I called again and again. Nothing. Panic set in. I drove to the Oak Bar, my mind racing through 100 different scenarios, each one worse than the last. By the time I got there, the bar was closing. They weren't there. I drove home, the silence in the car deafening. She finally walked in around 2 a.m., looking flushed and happy. The moment she saw my face, her smile vanished. "What's wrong?" she asked, her voice laced with fake innocence. I showed her the picture on my phone. The color drained from her face. At first, she tried to deny it. "He's just a friend from work. We all went out for a drink." She stammered. But her story kept changing. First it was a group. Then it was just the two of them who stayed late. The lies unraveled so fast it was dizzying. Finally, she broke down. His name was Alex. He was her personal trainer at the gym. All those early morning workouts, the new clothes, the secret smiles while texting, it was all for him. She wasn't trying to reignite our spark. She was lighting a new fire with someone else. She confessed that it had been going on for 4 months. 4 months of her looking me in the eye and lying. 4 months of me thinking we were fixing our marriage while she was building a new life behind my back. She swore it was just emotional at first, that he just understood her in a way I didn't. He complimented her, made her feel seen. The very things I'd been trying so hard to do. It was a classic tale of betrayal, but when it's your own life, it doesn't feel classic. It feels like your world is collapsing. Every memory we had shared suddenly felt tainted. Was she thinking of him during our anniversary dinner, when I told her I loved her? The most painful part was her excuse. She said she started changing for him, but then she realized she was doing it for herself, and she hoped it would make me happy too. It was the most twisted, self-serving justification I had ever heard. She used my hope for our marriage as a cover for her affair. She let me believe her transformation was a gift to me, when in reality, it was a testament to her betrayal. I was a prop in her play, the clueless husband who was supposed to be happy with the results of her infidelity. Wasn't the audience she was performing for. I was the collateral damage. I asked her to leave that night. Watching her pack her bags, filled with the new clothes I had admired, was surreal. She cried and begged, saying it was a mistake that she loved me. But how can you love someone and deceive them so profoundly? The trust was not just broken, it was annihilated. It's been a few months now, and I'm still picking up the pieces. The gym she went to is the one I pass on my way to work every day. A constant, painful reminder. Some days are good, some are just heavy. I've learned that you can't force someone to love you, and you can't ignore your gut instinct. The red flags are usually red for a reason. I'm sharing this not for pity, but as a warning. If something feels off in your relationship, it probably is. Don't let hope blind you to the truth. Confront it, talk about it, and don't be afraid to walk away from a beautifully decorated lie. Healing is a long road, but the first step is choosing to live in the truth, no matter how much it hurts. It's better than living a lie, playing a part in someone else's selfish story. Thank you for listening to mine. If you've been through something similar, know you're not alone. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. Stay strong.